Welcome back, guys. Now, who doesn't like chocolate and who doesn't love to dig into a chocolate truffle cake, sometimes also termed as death by chocolate, because it's made with lots and lots of chocolate. Let's start the recipe and you will see what I mean. We'll take 1 cup of dark chocolate, which is about 227 grams to be precise. 1 cup of unsalted butter, again 227 grams. If you do not have unsalted butter, you can use salted butter and then skip adding salt in the dry mix. Then we'll add 2.5 cups of milk to a medium-sized pan and keep it on a medium-low flame. So all these ingredients combine to form a chocolatey mixture with no lumps. Keep mixing it every few seconds so the chocolate doesn't stick to the bottom and burn. In about 5 minutes, you should have the mixture ready. Keep it aside and let it come to room temperature before moving to the next step. Once the mixture cools down, start mixing your dry ingredients in a medium-large bowl. Mine is 2.5 liters bowl. Add 2.3 cups of gluten-free all-purpose flour, a 1/3 cup of gluten-free corn flour or cornstarch. This gives lightness to the cake. 1.5 cups of powdered sugar, 1 teaspoon baking soda, which is meetha or khane wala soda, and then add 1/2 teaspoon salt. Now add salt only and only if you're using unsalted butter, else skip it. Give it all a good whisk. For people who are not gluten intolerant, can substitute gluten-free ingredients with their regular ones to make this cake. Once the dry ingredients are well mixed, keep it aside as well. Okay, so before we start to combine the dry and the wet mix, let's prepare our pans. This recipe will be for baking 3 cake bases, so I'm taking 3 pans. Oil them on the bottom and sides and then put a parchment paper on the bottom so the cake doesn't stick. Then start preheating your oven at 180 degrees Celsius, that is 300 degrees Fahrenheit, with both the rods on for at least 10 minutes. This cake will bake for about 25 to 30 minutes, so better to keep the timer at least 40 minutes. Now take a very large bowl, mine is 3.5 liters, add 4 eggs and start beating them for about 3 to 4 minutes using a hand or a stand mixer on a medium-high speed. If using stand mixer, use the wire or the whisk attachment. For people wanting eggless option, can make these bases using the link shared above for the eggless chocolate cake. Once the eggs become fluffy, add 1 teaspoon vanilla extract while continuing the whisking. Then add the chocolate mixture slowly and whisk only until it's combined. Now it's time to sieve through the dry mix in batches of 2. While mixing it gently with the wet mix using a hand whisk. Here, since the batter will be thin, so whisking is better than the usual fold and mix method. However, please avoid over mixing the batter and be very gentle so you do not lose all the air that we have incorporated while beating the eggs. Whisk it only till you do not see any visible large lumps. Then transfer the batter to the prepared pans and keep them at 180 degrees Celsius for 25 to 30 minutes or till the toothpick inserted in the center comes out clean. The cakes are out of the oven, so let them cool completely. In the meantime, let's prepare the ganache. Take 1 cup of heavy whipping cream in a pan and bring it to a boil. Then pour it on top of the chopped dark chocolate and let the chocolate melt on its own with the heat of the cream. Keep whisking it until you get a smooth chocolatey ganache with no lumps at all. Once the cakes cool down, if any of your cakes got a dome, like in my case I got in one of the cakes, slice off the dome using a bread knife so to have a flat top. Also, you would have noticed that one of the pans I used was of a different size than the other two. So before we start icing them, let's bring them all to the same size. First, we'll trim the sides as they are usually dry using a plate which is smaller than the cakes. We'll do this for all the cakes. Now they're all of the same size, let's start assembling them. Take a cake board, add a dollop of ganache so the cake doesn't slip off the board. Put one of the cakes and start putting sugar syrup, which I made using half cup water and half cup powdered sugar. Cover the cake generously with this syrup so the cake doesn't dry up while we keep it in the fridge for chilling. Once it's fully covered with syrup, add 2 to 3 dollops of ganache and using a spoon or a knife, start spreading it just until the edges. Then repeat the same for the other two layers. Okay, so at this moment the cake won't look that pretty, so don't get disheartened, as right now we're doing a crumb coat, which is extremely important for all kinds of cake. In fact, 2 crumb coats are recommended in most of the cases to get to the final finish, smooth finish of the cake. Once the cake is fully covered with ganache, start to smoothen out the sides and the top so to remove the extra ganache. While scraping off the excess ganache, keep wiping the spatula, or you can also use an old credit card, which I feel is more comfortable than a spatula. For the top, take the card and start pulling the sides inside like this so you have sharp and clean edges. Once you see smoother sides, keep the cake in the fridge for at least 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, repeat the same steps of crumb coating, and this time keep it in the fridge only for about 10 minutes. Now time to pour the ganache, this third and last time, on the top. Spread it out softly and let the excess ganache be there. Do not scrape it off. For the sides, again apply the ganache and smoothen it out. Okay, so the cake is almost ready. Let's pipe some flowers on the top of the cake using a star nozzle and small ones on the base. Also, let's add some silver sugar balls to enhance the look. Okay, so our cake is ready. Let's check out how it looks from inside. Look at the layers, they've come out so well. Trust me, this cake is much easier to make and handle than the cakes with whipped cream frosting. Please do try this recipe, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Also, if you're new to my channel, please subscribe and don't forget to check out my other recipes. See you soon, take care and bye-bye.